Right, good morning. The last part of the down the garden path, Roxy's Journal of Stitchery thing. Yeah, the very last bit. So I'm glad I didn't stitch the. Let me just make sure you're in shot because I'm not. Let me just move you forward slightly. There we are. If you hear a dog barking, it's okay. I'm looking after Willow today, and the cat is in like the corner hiding, so there might be some dog cat action, but Willow's really good with cats. She lives with 3, I think, so it's just Mackie. Yeah, but you might hear barking because she keeps on hearing the kids next door and letting out a yap. So sorry. Oh, animals. Right, so yeah, I've decided what I'm going to do. I'm just going to cheat a bit, I'll be honest with you. So I found out all these sort of like daisy trims that I've got here. So I'm just going to stitch some of those down here. I kind of laid it out how I'm going to do it. So I've got these little fabric butterflies, so I thought I'd put some of those on, those little things. Yeah, and just get it finished off basically. And then I've got to try and see if it'll fit in the box, which is here. And sadly, I'm going to have to go back and watch my own video to see what I had planned for it. Oh, it's not easy getting old, you know. Yeah, so anyway, this is my day so far. Crazy dog. Then my Sizzix switch machine has died on me, so I've just had to contact customer services. Of course, they're not open today, which is Saturday today. So, yeah. Because I only bought it in October, so it's not even a year old yet. And to be honest, for the money I paid for it, I've hardly used the blooming thing. But, you know, there's that. So let's grab a needle, stop yapping and moaning. Let's get on with some stitching. Oh. When my daughter said, do you want to look after Willow? I said, yeah, no problem at all. Because I had her last year for 4 days because her family booked a camping holiday and didn't realise that there was no dogs allowed. So yeah, I had her last year for 4 days, and she was really good actually. She was really good company. I say because she doesn't chase the cat, she doesn't harass her, which for me is so easy because when I had that sausage dog, I don't think he'd ever met a cat. So yeah, he was a bit naughty. He tried to chase her everywhere, so I ended up having to sleep downstairs with him on the blow up bed. Oh, but Willow is really good. She just slept in bed with me, to be honest with you. So, and the cat just kind of got over it. Right, sorry, you can hear the kids next door. Yes, go out. The bikes are loaded. Just go and get in the car, kids. I'm such a grumpy old woman. I'm gonna pin these on because I want to stitch black outline around the bird because I feel that he's disappearing there. So, Willow, what are you doing? Just lay down. Good girl. Yeah, just ignore the cat. You know she's there. She will spit at you. It's up to you. I don't know what your cats are like. She doesn't do dogs at all, my cat. So she absolutely hated the sausage dog. But then he did try to chase her, and she's like, no. Right. Let's do this black outline first before I forget to do it, basically. Yes, I'm watching you, madam. What are you up to? She's such a goofball. I don't know what she is. I can't remember what breed she is. She's just a fluff ball. I'll give you a video of her later. Before I shut the camera off. If she stays here. Right. Okay, let's concentrate on what we're doing here. Stop messing around. So, I found my curved super sharp scissors. So, what I was going to do is go around here And just take out this white bit because I really wasn't that keen on that. And no, I'm not using these correctly, but they're the sharpest scissors I've got. I'm being watched by a little fluffy dog. Oh, those kids. Do you get to an age where you just can't tolerate that sort of noise? Because I'm definitely there. Right, so I think if I start here, if I can get the blooming needle through. Right. Pins everywhere. Just stab myself horrendously, I've no doubt. Yep, there's Willow. Willow, come on. It's because she can hear the children, that's all it is. Willow. She can't get out. I've shut the front door. I did have the door open with the curtain up, but next door are really bad at shutting the window, the gates for the property, because we share a side path basically, and they're really naughty at leaving it open all the time, even though I have asked them to shut it. But you know, falls on deaf ears. Got a really thick bit of lace there. I'm being stabbed a lot. Oh, it's really thick. So I was telling my eldest about the charity shops that Louine and I went to, and got some bargains in them places, I can tell you. So she's like, oh, guess where we're going next Saturday? I was like, oh, yes. So yeah, I'll drive across to, well, she'll drive us across to Exmouth. It's not, well, I was going to say it's not far, but I guess it is really. It's the other side of the river to where I live, and you have to sort of go all the way round, obviously. So I don't know. I expect in hindsight it's not that far, but I think I've got that weird triangular needle here, but you're tickling my toes, Willow. What are you doing? Don't lick my feet. You alright? Will? You okay? She will spit at you. I don't know why Mackie's hiding in here, but she is. She's behind one of my carts, my trolleys. Yeah, I've shelved the idea of moving my craft room for a bit. It's stonkingly hot here in the UK at the moment. It's going to get up to 24 today, which I know isn't very hot for a lot of places, but oh, we can't cope. So, yeah. I still haven't got a clue what I'm going to do with the next stage of our stitchy progress and stuff. I'll just, yeah. And like I said before, I'm glad I'm not the only one struggling with the concept. So, ow, ow, ow. shop. Yeah. So I have to wait until July, which is like next week. I'll have to just kind of get inspired by what other people are doing, I'll be honest with you, because I just don't know what to do, what format, etc, etc. Scoot down to the tail. Oh, yeah, apologies for being so behind on comments. I rattled through a load this morning. I'm so sorry. I think I've told you before, I turned off a feature that YouTube use, whereby when you get a comment, it emails you and lets you know, and I don't know how to switch it back on. So I don't even know that I'm getting comments until I actually go, because I do a lot of the uploading and everything just straight from my phone, because it's just easier that way. And yeah, so I just I haven't seen the comments, so I'm really, really sorry for not, I mean, some of them are 10 days old, which I'm really shocked at, because I do go on fairly regularly. But yeah, so apologies, and thank you for all the likes and for the new subscribers. Yeah, well, all of you are so complimentary. Thank you so much. I do like to think that I'm inspiring, or even just because you know, let's face it, I'm rubbish at editing. Yeah, you seem to like the raw footage, and you know, the slow down stuff. I know there was one comment that the time lapse fast forwarding bit was too fast. I agree, it is too fast, because the time lapse setting on my phone, it, for every second of video, it's a minute on the video, if that makes sense. So yeah, it is super fast, but it's what I've got at the moment, I'll be honest with you. I don't think I want to be that YouTuber that sits there for like hours on end of editing video. I would just rather spend it crafting, I'll be honest with you. So apologies, it's never going to be a professional site. It is what it is with me, I'm afraid. One day I might actually learn to do it properly. There again, I might not. I don't know. Such a fossil. Right, okay. So I think the birdie stands out a bit more. Yeah, that's better. Okay, let's get these daisies stitched down. I'm thinking just white cotton. Bear with me. Oh, good girl, you lay down. Good girl, Will. I know, I'm sorry, I'm up and down. You were nice and snuggly and lay down. Can you go lay down, go? Good girl. Good girl. I disturbed the dog. Oh no. This is the last of this thread. I've been using it on those Kawandi quilts, which has worked beautifully. That was a charity shop find. I'm going to swap that needle, because I think it's one of the leather ones, and it's got like a triangular end, which is not very comfortable to use. Right, everybody go back in their pockets. Yep. Right. Sorry, I'm trying to keep an eye on the pooch. And there's not much spitting from Mackerel, actually. She seems to be, I think because the dog's leaving her alone. She's literally right behind me. She's hiding, like I said, behind one of my craft trolleys. So, funny things, aren't they? Oh, she's laying down now, that's good. I'm very distracted. I am sorry. I shall concentrate on my stitching. I think it's going to fit in the box. If it doesn't, it doesn't matter. I'll make it into a wall hanging. I'm not really worried too much. Right, okay. It's a waste of time pinning those because that's all moved. Right, let's just do some very basic stitching just to hold that up there. There's going to be a few gaps, but oop, oop. I think they've finally gone out. Grumpy old woman returns again. I dread to think what my neighbours used to go up live with when my kids were little. Mind you, we were quite lucky actually. We lived in a cul-de-sac and you know, very little traffic going through, so the kids just played out all the time. They were never in, my children. They were always out playing on the street, and I used to put a tent in the front garden and they were just so happy. And because it was a cul-de-sac, everybody could keep an eye on them, you know, so it was great. Real sort of community feel to it. So I often ask the girls, you know, did you enjoy that sort of thing? Because their kids really haven't got it, unfortunately, because one lives literally on a main road. And she said, you know, there's no way I could let a Scarlet, that is, I couldn't let her play out the front like they used to. And Eleanor, I don't think there's many kids on her estate, I'll be honest with you, so I don't know. And one set that is there are moving because she lives in a conservation area and the neighbours have requested to extend into the loft to make an extra bedroom because they've got 3 little ones, and it's been refused, so they're having to sell to get a bigger property. Basically, they didn't want to move because it's right by the church. It's lovely. It's a real, you know, it's kind of like the heart of the village, I suppose, really. And but yeah, they've got they said we've just run out of room, so yeah. Personally, if I was planning to have a bigger family, I'd have gone for a house that you could extend into. That is the trouble when you buy in a preservation area. You have to be super careful. So I've absolutely ruined my manicure. It was part of my Mother's Day present. I don't know if I explained that actually. Yeah, part of the it was a facial, which was like, and then a manicure as well. So yeah, I've managed to get the needle up under the, what's it called, that gel stuff. So yeah, I'll have to take it off soon. I think you just use acetone, I'm pretty sure you do. I won't, I don't think I'll bother again, although it has made my nails super strong, so I don't know. Mind you, they always grow really well in the summer. It's in the winter I think I might think about getting it done again in the winter, because that's when they start peeling, and I'm sure it's linked to the daylight. I don't know why, but I am convinced. So right, that's that one. Sorry, keep flipping it around, but it's kind of the only way. Right, let's put you there. Are you the right way up? Yeah. Just going to do some little stitches because this being white, it might really glare on here. Oh no, it's not too bad. Yeah, so anyway, Spoke to my youngest daughter this morning, my grand puppy. He's still on limited walks at the moment. So she said, despite the zoomies in the garden, I went, I know, he's an absolute lunatic. And I said, he doesn't understand that he's had massive surgery. But yeah, so she went to the vet. That would have been last night, actually. So he said another week on short walks. And, you know, bearing in mind he's used to like an hour minimum a day. And, you know, big walks. Yeah, so. But it's for the best. He's had quite a lot of surgery, bless him. So we're still baffled how he managed to swallow a whole tennis ball, but there you go. Because normally he'll find them, chew them to pieces, swallow them, but then we'll either, it will either come out one end or the other without being too graphic. But obviously this one couldn't, because it was whole. Shows how big that dog's gullet is, doesn't it? But he's back on his, because he has raw food. So he's back on that now, which is pretty disgusting to serve up, quite frankly. So I look at it and I'm like, ugh. But he's a very healthy dog because of it. I guess when you think about a dog's metabolism, they're designed to eat raw food anyway, aren't they? I can't remember. Did I have the little one there? Yeah, that'll do. Which way up? That way. It's just more to peg that fabric down than anything. I like that gingham though. I felt that was a really good choice. Very gardeny. It's today's word for you. Oh, don't bend up. Popped out to our local discount store last night. My daughter rang at 4. She said, I'm going to Drago's. Do you want to come? I was like, not really. And then about 5 minutes later, I thought, actually, yeah, because I needed cat food, and the cat food's quite a good price out there. So I rung her and I said, are you on your way? She went, no. So, oh, good. I said, yeah, I've changed my mind. So, yeah, I was looking at these pens because I got those, these ones, aqua markers out there, and they do a really big set now of other pens and stuff, and I was really tempted, but I thought, you know what, I use pens but not to that extent, you know what I mean? So yeah, I didn't. I just got the cat food, and my daughter's more into pen work than I am, so it made sense for her to get them. Right, I can't see it because it's upside down. Okay, I think maybe that one there. Yeah. Yeah, it's the end of it. Sad, isn't it? I've enjoyed it. I've learned a lot actually. It's been good to sort of play around with and get other ideas and explore materials and that. You know, when I did that tree and I used wool, that was interesting. I know, Martha, you said you were surprised that the chenille didn't just shred itself. I was, yeah, so was I, because I would have thought it would have done, but it didn't. So, yeah, interesting. I love playing around with stuff like that. I'm terrible using it for, not what it's designed for, but that's how you find out things. One more petal. So glad it was a short work week this week. Oh, I was so tired after. I mean, I didn't do a lot when I was looking after the dog, but it was late nights and early mornings because he had to have his meds, one at 11 at night and another one at 7 in the morning. Now, I know that's not terribly early, but when you're on holiday, it is. And mind you, I was usually up before that, but it was just, yeah. I'm being away from my craft room for, well, over a week. It was, I started to get a bit twitchy, you know, a bit like... Yes, my pot of orts is empty. I don't know if you watched the video where I used it to make another fabric. I haven't done those flowers yet. I was going to see how Madam settled, and she settled fine actually, because I thought, well, if I need to sit and do some hand stitching while she's here, then I can do that then. So colour that thread so that it disappears on the butterfly. It's a little cheat that I like to do. Right. Okay, so this wasn't stitched at all, was it? No. Let's move this up. Sorry, I'm stabbing myself horrendously with these, so you'll be asked to remind me how all these went. Okay, that's your homework. If I lay them roughly. You alright, darling? Good girl. Okay. So, right, I need to get my box of threads. It means disturbing the dog, and I'll be back in 2 seconds. Won't be long. Right. The dog's up. So, let's just stitch this down here. Of course, it's really thick. It's not helpful. What I'll do is just get the odd stitch in where I can. It's rather thick, this one. I'm using quite a vintage thread actually. I don't know what. Oh, glacé thread. It's really old. It's really discoloured, but it's perfect for this. It's just disappearing. So and you know, you got these old threads, you might as well use them. Normally they're too brittle, but this one is brilliant. It's not brittle at all. Ow, that was my finger. I don't think she's grooming next door, so that's heaven. Otherwise, the dog would be on one all day otherwise. They said they'd be back about 8 o'clock, so... I think the day's getting on already. Good grief. They do say when you get older that time just flies by. Well, it's flying for sure. Not going to worry too much here because I think one of those flowers was on top of it, wasn't it? So we just do some quick stitches here. I'll whip up the outside, stitch on the Suffolk puffs and the daisies, and then we'll call it done. I think what I'll do is do a separate video for the well, I've got to watch my old one how to do that box. What are you up to, monkey bum? Oh, pardon me? I beg your pardon. You probably just made everybody jump on the video. Shush. I beg your pardon. I don't need you on my lap. I really don't. What are you doing? Shh. No. No barking. Good girl. Get down. No barking because you've got a really, really loud yap. Good girl. Yeah, you lick my leg. No. Be a good girl, Willow. It's a good girl. Sorry if that made you jump. It made me jump. I keep thinking I really want to get a dog and blah blah blah, but then I just think I don't know. It's quite nice when it's just you, well, and the cat. Not that she's much company. She doesn't really interact much. Oh, she's laid down there. Oh, good. I thought she was chewing something. Sorry. She's got a sore paw, so normally I take her out for a good couple of hours walk, but she's got a poorly paw at the moment. I don't know what it is with me and poorly dogs currently. So we'll go out for a little wander later when all the tarmac has cooled down a bit. It's a bit warm. I think there was anything else I need to tell you. I don't think there is really. Travelled into work on Wednesday. Ooh. Yeah, the travelling was fine. Oh, coming home, it just bottlenecks into the city centre, which we're not far off at County Hall. And some bright spark decided to dig a great big hole on the main feeder road. Oh my lord. The traffic, mind you, the traffic coming into the city was worse than getting out, but even so, it took me over an hour to do, I don't know, what was it, probably about 4 miles. Oh, it was crazy. And of course, you know, it's really warm, and I do have aircon in my car, but it doesn't work. You just sit there baking. So I got home and I had to log back on again, obviously, because I had to make up my travel time, but oh, it was so hot. I think I'll put you there, you there, you there, you there, you there. What do you reckon? Actually, I might stick them on and then put that over like that. Yeah. Right, okay. Okay, cute, cute, cute. We'll just whip these on. For projects like this, I don't worry about too much about it being on super solid. If this was going on a bag, I would stitch a lot finer, but it isn't. I don't expect the when it's in its box, it probably won't see the light of day for years. So I'm not going to worry too much. Because this is one thing my girls are definitely not into. Sewing. did get Annie a nice, because she was quite keen on doing a bit of dressmaking at one point, and I bought her a book and gave her my mum's old machine and stuff like that. Well, I say old, it wasn't old. I don't think she'd ever used it, I'll be honest with you. Yeah, but I don't know. I guess for her it's a time thing as well, like it is for everybody. So, pretty sure I've told you she's studying to do hairdressing. She's very bravely taken on an apprenticeship at the age of 32. So, actually, she's 33 this year. Yeah, she is. I'll depress her. My eldest is 40 and she's in denial already. She's like, yeah, I'm going to stay at 39 and a bit. And I went, yeah, okay. Yeah. So don't worry about it, babe. It's just a number. We're trying to plan something to do with her, but it's difficult because her and Annie have fallen out, and oh, kids, sisters, mind you, they've never gotten on, but there you go. Yeah, so, mind you, me and my younger brother, we never got on at all, and it's only in latter years that we've kind of made friends, if you like. So he used to annoy the bejeepers out of me. He was a typical annoying younger brother. So my older brother I don't see anymore. There was a bit of a family hoo-ha, so he cut himself off. That's you know, that's up to him. We used to be incredibly close, but which his wife didn't like, so she wears the trousers, as you can tell. Whatever, you know, it's fine. It's funny actually when you haven't seen a sibling for, gosh, it's many, many years. Well, the last time I saw him was at my mum's funeral, and he was an absolute a-hole at that. So, you know, that's that. Yeah, and that was, gosh, I don't know, 14, 15 years ago now. Gosh, he's been dead for ages. Yeah, so, and quite frankly, the way he behaved, I really didn't want to be in his company anyway, so, yes, funny people. And so we used to be inseparable. But I guess that's that really. I don't miss him. I haven't seen him for a very long time now. I don't miss him at all. Well, because we've not got a relationship. When he got married, he became a different person, and I know that's more her than him. So I think he got the marital ultimatum. It's me or them, and he chose, which is fine. Happy wife, happy life. They've been married a long time, so yeah. Right, that's those all on. Let's just get that daisy on, and then I think we're close to calling it a video. Do a quick wander up and down the old garden path. I don't think there's anything else I want to add on. I think I'm quite happy with what I've done. I mean, you know, it never really has to be a finished thing because you can always go back and add. Am I going to back it? Probably not. Right, come on, don't you start being naughty. I think, yeah, I don't think I will back it up. If it was on display, you know, sort of like hanging on the wall, then I probably would, but the way I envisage it's going to pull out of that box, you're probably not going to see the back. So, and I've got a lot of stuff to get on with. So, as much as I've enjoyed this, it's like, yeah, I'm ready to say sayonara. Sayonara. I have loved it actually. I think my favourite part is the fish pond. Getting that fish right was hard. And I'm really still tempted to take out the straight one that I did. I don't know if you can see it on camera. Sorry, I'm pointing away there. Yeah, I like the one with the bend, with the bendy body. I like him. But there it is. Again, what a great way. What a great learning curve, you know. So. Just look behind me. It's all quiet at the moment. The cat's still in the corner. She's going to sleep. The dog. I'll take the camera down and show you in a sec. I think I want to add that. Where do I want to add you? Let's put you there. God, it's so warm in my room. Could open the window actually because they've gone out next door now. But Willow and I have got to go and cut the grass. Well, it's not so much grass as a field of daisies at the moment. Or I don't know if no, I think there might be buttercups actually, but yeah, it's weird because the grass sort of goes meh, and then the weeds just go yay party. So yeah, we're going to chop the tops off some of those with the old lawnmower. Warm. Right, where was that pen? Cool. Right. Okay, let's have a little wander, shall we? I might leave that, I might chop it off, don't know. So, one birdhouse. I think he shows up a lot better now. Thank you, Lynn, for reminding me to do that. I don't know to put his eyeball in, actually. I'll leave it for now. Right. So, yeah, really simple, real cheats, really crafting. But, yeah, ready-made daisies and that, they look fine. So, yeah. Yeah, see the difference? I love that one, but that one's a bit like... But I really enjoyed doing all the ribbon flowers, and yeah, I think it's probably my best bit. Yeah, that was fun playing with all those different wools and that chenille. Yeah, it really worked. Little birdie sat in his tree. I was wondering what that was. It's the rake, isn't it? What is that? Yeah, the veg garden was fun actually. Enjoyed doing that. And the garden gate, which opens if I undo that. And then my beloved primroses. So it's kind of sad, isn't it? It's done. It's finished. Yeah. I mean, some people's work is absolutely exceptional. Absolutely exceptional. I quite enjoyed doing that weaving actually. That was quite nice. Although I lost my hog lion. Hedge lion. Yeah, good fun. Okay, right, I'm gonna let you go because you've been very good. Oh, let's see if I can get the camera down. Right, hold on. I'm just gonna be a bit wobbly. Right, we have so far a sleeping DOG and hidden around there is the CAT. Who's not impressed by the look of her face. Oh, I really need to vacuum my floor because it's a little bit mussy. Yeah, she's a good girl. She's laying down. So, there we are. That's my fun for the day. Alright, see you on the next one. Bye.